Welcome to Hardcam Wrestling Podcast, where falls count anywhere. There are no disqualifications and a 2-hour time limit. Introducing the participants. The opinionated one, Ryan Sangster. The 18-year-old piece of gold, Joseph Parr. The real deal, the anti-Miz, Ryan Palmer. King of strong style chat, Nick the Twin Towers, and the real franchise, James Richards.
It's Sunday, you know what that means. Thanks for tuning in to the Hardcam Wrestling Podcast. This week it's me, Ryan Palmer, with Ryan Sangster. Say hello, Ryan.
Hi, guys.
And James Richards. Say hello, James. He's gone. He's got in the win. It's a special show dedicated to the memory and matches of Brodie Lee, Jon Huber, Luke Harper. That's all his names that he's gone by, who sadly passed away today, or at least we all found out today, the early hours of this morning. It's possibly that it was yesterday that he actually passed away, but the news was trickling throughout different sources, different social media sources throughout the day in general. So it's just the three of us just shooting the breeze, talking about matches, talking about memories of Luke, John, Brodie, and just remembering him the best we can. So, Sangster, what memories, what matches have you got? What words do you have?
It's do you know what? Like I was up this morning. Me two kids were being pain in the asses as per usual. And so I was up this morning. And I was just ready to try and go sleep about 2:30, 3 o'clock this morning. And I thought I'll have one quick check on Facebook, see if I'm missing out on anything. And I'll put my phone down, and it come up and said AEW 10 minutes ago posted the news. So that's them, and I was like, that's me to my wife. I was like, holy fuck, that can't be right. So I googled it, and it was just fucking everywhere. It was on Twitter, Instagram, a lot. I just absolutely, and I still can't believe it. I've been in work all day, and I've been thinking about it, and I just thought, I just can't honestly put into words that this is a thing that's actually happened. You know, I'd probably say it's probably the biggest loss in wrestling since Eddie Guerrero was taken away from us 15 years ago. You know, it's just absolutely shocking. I've been watching a few matches today. I watched one or two before work, and I've watched a good few since. You know, he was fantastic as Luke Harper in the Wyatt family, and he was again fantastic as Brodie Lee in AEW. I think I'll go to one of the most talked about Luke Harper matches in WWE to start with is that TLC match. Yeah, sorry, the ladder match at TLC in 2014 against Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship. I think absolutely superb match.
About you, James, what have you got? What's one of your memories or matches? Anything in general?
The first match that stood out for me from him was that Shield Wyatt family match from Elimination Chamber 2014. One of the best six-man tag matches of all time. So like, you expect people like Rollins to fly around, but he's bloody joining them. Like, Luke and Rollins are flying all over the place. Doing suicide dives, tope hydros. Just absolute madness. That was the last match I watched, and it was such a good match. He was just stood out so much in that match, other than Rollins.
Always surprised me with Luke Harper. Like, every time he done a drop kick, even though I knew he could do a drop kick, it still shocked me that a man that size could do a drop kick so good, so quick out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's moved so not like a guy his size should.
He's very agile for a big man. He's something like 6'7", 240 something odd pounds, and flinging drop kicks like a frigging cruiserweight. Obviously, you got the comparisons with Bruiser Brodie in terms of look and demeanor and attitude. It's kind of like the first thing that you see about him. First kind of memory. The first thing that springs to my mind when I see him is there's such a huge resemblance to Bruiser Brodie. I think my best match that I can think of would be one of the last that he's had, the one against Cody, the TNT title match, where he just battered Cody in 6 minutes and took that title. He ripped it from Cody's grasp, presented Cody with the tattered, broken remains of the old one and said, "That's yours. This one's mine." Went on a rant saying there's no more TV time for you independent wrestlers. Not on my watch. Just cutting one of the promos of his absolute career. Never really got to see any of his stuff pre-WE. So his Chikara stuff or his CZW stuff or his Dragon Gate stuff. They're on YouTube. I think that's what he built his reputation on before coming into the WWE itself. As I say, they're on YouTube. Never really had the chance to take a look at them though. Did I what? Sorry.
Did any of you watch the matches from CZW today?
I have not seen that one yet. I'll probably watch that after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 2011 match, I believe, of Brodie Lee facing CZW heavyweight champion Jon Moxley. Funny enough, both going by the names that they then later used in AEW, and you know it's exactly what you'd expect from a Brodie Lee Jon Moxley match. To be honest with you, one of the things that stood out most for me was he just chops the fuck out of Moxley. His chops sounded like fucking gunshots, sounded like Walter's chops in that match. It was just unreal. He just chops the fuck out of him. Obviously, you get your chairs and there's glass in it and there's tables and that, but it's about 12-13 minutes long. It's really interesting, to be fair. I'd never even thought to look before Joseph Park commented earlier. I didn't even know actually Brodie was in CZW, and also today I've just been looking through some of the stuff on Brodie Lee, and I didn't actually know that years and years ago he actually was in Ring of Honor for a stint as well.
Was he?
Yeah. I was looking through Google of that. I haven't managed to come across any. Well, I come across one match I think on YouTube, which was a tag team match. Don't know how long he was in Ring of Honor for, but yeah, apparently he did appear for a very short period in Ring of Honor.
Kind of looks like Necro Butcher as well, but with dark hair. So he reminds us of a dark-haired Necro Butcher, but with shoes as well, because Necro Butcher always wrestles without shoes on and has glasses on as well. So there's that kind of bizarre comparison.
Was he made his name first of all? Chikara, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was his very first. I think he had a match with Claudio, as we know now as Cesaro.
Claudio Castagnoli.
Yeah. Back in April 2008.
Was that his debut match?
No, it was just one of his matches he had with Chikara. He first got to wrestling. He was backyard wrestler, performed under the ring name Huber Boy number 2, with likes of Colin Delaney and his real life brother, who worked as Huber Boy number 1.
All right. News. It's interesting when you look through. Obviously, we know of Brodie and Luke obviously through NXT, WE, AEW, but it's interesting. Sometimes you don't think to look through the previous stuff until someone has passed away, unfortunately. But there's obviously some hidden gems out there. Like you say, I watched that match today, and and then a fan who's in Ring of Honor, which you never knew. So, there is obviously matches out there, and I think there is some on YouTube. Just lucky we have the likes of YouTube to go through and take our time to watch these type of matches.
Yeah, if anyone out there listening wants to go watch some Luke Harper match in WWE have made a section on the network for like remembering Luke Harper's got his debut, some of his best matches, some of his best moments. It's really worth checking out if you have the network.
Yeah, and don't go on Twitter and be a toxic fan. If you see friggin' WWE people like Vince or WE or Steph saying their condolences, tweeting their condolences, don't change it, don't turn it into a WWE versus AEW shitty thing.
Or just criticise WWE.
Yeah, so if you used him right, you kept him fucking sat on his settee for months on end when he could have left. Oh, come on, man, it's not the fucking time.
No,
just get off your social media, just switch off, take a drink, go to bed, just stop doing shit like that. Not the time. But
no, not.
Absolutely not. I liked the Wyatt sort of debut. Him and what was his friggin' tag team partner's name?
Eric Warren.
I think they made their. It's like I've got sketchy memories of this. It was Eric first 1 week, and then the next week it was Luke. And then
Are you talking NXT or
back in NXT? NXT,
it was Luke. Luke debuted first, I believe, 2012 by defeating Jason Jordan, and then was introduced by Bray Wyatt after the match as the first son of the Wyatt family.
Yeah, that's how it should have fucking went. It should have been like a recruitment where Bray just went on a fucking recruitment drive and stuff. But when he united them both, and then they all three became the Wyatt family, and you saw the vignettes in the backwoods and stuff like that in the swamps. It was just like, yeah, these are going to be a big deal. That was my first exposure.
Really were a big deal.
They were definitely, yeah, absolutely.
But the Wyatt family was one of the most unique characters in wrestling at the time. If you're in WWE, Impact, Ring of Honor, at the time there's nothing like the Wyatt family. This all swampy cult-like stable with a cult leader with two big guys as his family members. Nothing like this. Obviously, they fought in the first year. Fought Kane, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, John Cena, Chris Jericho. They made an impact.
They did indeed. They would, I believe, their first tag team championships they held together was in NXT. As the NXT tag team champions. I think it was around 2013, if that's right.
Yeah.
Faced Adrian Neville and Bo Dallas.
Oh well.
No, it was Oliver Gray.
No, Gray was injured at the time, so Bo Dallas filled in.
Well, I might talk about I think I'm talking about the first match. The inaugural tournament had Wyatt family versus British Ambition in the final.
British Ambition, is that what they were called?
Yeah.
Oh fucking.
Yeah.
You wait to hear the tournament who the Wyatt family beat.
The first like a Lucha House Party or some shit.
No, The first round, they beat Percy Watson and Yoshitatsu.
Oh my god!
What was that? The WE debut?
This is the inaugural NXT Tag Team Championship tournament.
This weren't even the Dusty tournament. Is that when they just brought in the tag team? All right. Fucking hell.
Yeah, because I believe wasn't Luke Harper actually originally signed to FCW before NXT was a thing?
Might have.
It could have been. There was a lot of them in FCW before NXT. They need to put FCW on the network as well.
Yeah, there's probably quite good things in that match. There was a Shield triple threat in that company, by the way.
Yes, there was. I've heard about
that. They also beat Bo Dallas and Mike and McGillicuddy before they were known as the Social Outcast.
Yes, you beat Bo Dallas and AJ Neville for the NXT Championship, so didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they weren't. If you're talking that was 2013, then they weren't really on NXT that long before they then pushed straight away to the main roster. Then was they?
No, I think the same thing happened roughly to the Shield as well.
Yeah, they're all kind of fast tracked, I guess.
Yeah.
Not like they were ready. They were more than ready, but they weren't on NXT for very long. I remember Roman Reigns was like on NXT twice or some shit, and then the next thing you saw, he was in the Shield.
Two fantastic factions, and when they finally put them two together, oh fuck me, crowd went absolutely nuts.
Yeah,
they were shouting, "This is awesome!" before the match even started.
Yeah, it was awesome as well. Just then, it was a dream scenario as well. It was just, that reaction was actually awesome. Seeing them all six of them just line up and face each other was just like, holy shit. For me, it was kind of like, let's say if it was historical, a comparison being maybe the 3 of the 4 horsemen lining up against DX, or the NWO, like 3 of the NWO facing against the Midnight Express or something like that. To me, it kind of felt like that. A rivalry that had been built up over weeks and weeks and weeks, and then suddenly it's just coming together like that, and you're just like, holy shit, it's actually going to happen.
Yeah, the match absolutely fantastic as well.
It was absolutely mental match. Say that again, Sanks.
Sanks, you've gone very quiet.
You there, Sangster? Where are you?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Am I right in thinking that match was built from the Royal Rumble?
I think.
Wasn't there something like Roman Reigns eliminated Luke Harper from the Royal Rumble, and that's what kicked it off?
Yeah, I think so. Give me a sec.
Could have been. It's all a bit sketchy.
Okay, so.
I think it was. I think it was 2014. I think Luke Harper made his first Rumble appearance, and then was it Roman Reigns? I'm sure eliminated him, which then started the kickoff between Shield versus Wyatt.
Could be.
Yeah,
just remember the match itself and the build up, the crowd reaction. This is awesome, John. Yeah.
Am I right in also believing that I think if me head is right, didn't he face more than once?
Yeah,
Wyatt
they fought on main event one time as well, and on Raw.
He faced on main event.
Yeah.
Fuck.
During this period.
Yep, I think it's just after WrestleMania.
Fuck it! No, that's ridiculous. That for main event to get a match up like Wyatt family versus the Shield is unreal, that, isn't it?
And according to Wrestling Observer, it was higher rated star-wise than that to one Elimination Chamber.
Bloody hell.
Fuck it, man.
Yeah. Obviously, one thing I'd describe Luke Harper, Brodie Lee, is underrated.
Certainly, never got a chance to show Mike skills really
He did
during
in
this
AEW.
time in AEW. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In the E, no, not really, apart from a few vignettes. But only once he got to AEW did he like have a chance to shine and show what he could do on the mic. Do like an actual character as well. Not just a mindless goon that carried around the hammer, a very oversized hammer. He didn't get a chance to express himself at all.
To be fair, like I believe, like the character he played as Luke Harper, he didn't really need to speak. Same as Eric Rowan, didn't need to speak. As part of the Wyatt family.
Yeah,
And
Bray Wyatt did the speaking.
Yeah, fair news.
He is superb on the mic. So maybe it wasn't until AEW that, after working for a couple of years under Bray Wyatt, that he maybe built up that character that he then became in AEW, because he then went into a leader of a faction that was again like a cult.
But his character wasn't along the lines of Bray Wyatt, as more as Mr. McMahon.
Yeah, agreed. But I feel like the cult's probably taken from the Wyatt family, and like the way he's probably learned how to do promos. I mean, he may have been able to do promos in WWE as Luke Harper, but we never seen it. But I feel like maybe he's been able to learn from Bray Wyatt.
Can't think of any. There's not many people better to learn how to cut a promo than Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt's brilliant.
Did you see Bray Wyatt's Instagram post today?
What did Bray say? Roughly.
I'll get it up.
And I've just posted on the wrestling group Eric Rowan's as well, so I haven't actually seen his today. He posted a couple of hours ago. That's another like proper heartbreaking one too.
But they're all so close, weren't they?
Yeah, I liked when he was speaking. I think it was on Chris Jericho's pod, and he said, at the beginning they were so unsure of each other, and then they ended up being like brothers.
Yeah. All four of them was, even including Braun Strowman.
I always forget he was Wyatt family.
The black sheep. I think he was. Yeah.
Let's keep filling time. Sorry.
Sorry.
Quality content right here. Alright. There we go. Okay. This is from Bray Wyatt's Instagram. You are my best friend, my brother, my partner, my Terry Gordy. We changed the whole game because we refused to do it anyway, but our way. We were always at our best when we were a team, and I think we both knew it. We fought like brothers because we were. I'm so goddamn pissed. This isn't how it's supposed to be. It was supposed to be us, fat, bald, and useless, running around the Wyatt family sports high school in our 70s. Where do we go now? What do I do knowing I'll never hear your condescending sarcasm as I'm riding high? I miss you so fucking much already. I would do anything just to live through our worst moments again. I can't believe you're gone. I'm so sorry, brother. I'm so sorry. You'll always be a part of me, whether I like it or not. Without you, everything is different, and I hope Amanda truly knows that I am here, not just to say it because I love them too. I'll make sure your son knows the incredible man you were, not the legends people will tell, but the real you that very few people got to see. I promise I'll put him over clean in dark matches when he's old enough, just like I promised. I'm hurting so bad. I wish I had the chance to say goodbye, but then again, it's Saturday, and you know what that means. Save me a seat next to you wherever you are. That's where I belong. I'll be there when it's my time. Goodbye forever, Brodie. I love you. Wyndham.
Absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think, like, you know, the main thing that was going through on posts about Brodie, Luke, Jon, was like from all companies that he's been a part of, from every wrestler that he's been in contact with. Everyone said like how much of a family man he was.
Yeah.
That was always his focal point. Like, I think, if I remember, I've only just read it recently, but I'm not going to go and find it. But if I remember, he turned round to Eric Rowan, and he used to turn round and say to him, when he had his off days, he'd be like, "Goodbye forever."
I think he said the Big E, weren't it?
Yeah. The reason I used to say goodbye forever was because you'd go completely off scope to spend that time with his family.
Yeah, everyone's had a good word to say about him. Not one person had a bad word to say about him at all.
Yeah.
On any of the Twitters, on anyone's Twitter account, I should say. A resoundingly well liked bloke. It's just like when Shad passed as well. Everyone's had a good word to say about Shad. It's just been a shit year for sad deaths.
Yeah. Two men taken far too young, you know. Two fathers, both fathers, you know, taken far too young. Did you see JTG post? He's actually posted a picture of both Shad and Luke together.
I've seen that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I think I posted it, didn't I?
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah. So very, very sad time for wrestling. But obviously we want to continue to go on through some more memorable moments in his career that we can discuss and talk about that we enjoyed. So obviously, before we spoke on Bray Wyatt's post, we were on Wyatt Family versus the Shield Elimination Chamber. Does everyone remember when they then split up the same year and they did the video with Bray Wyatt and he was setting them free?
Yeah, I remember that. It was odd. It was just like, no, you don't really need to do it, but all right, fair enough. Let's see what they're going to do with him. It was like he was in the woods with him.
Yes.
And he was just like, yeah, I set you free, or words to that effect, like butterflies or something. It was him metaphorically setting them both free. And I think they did go their separate ways as well.
Yeah, they're little separate teams on Team Cena versus Team Authority from Survivor Series 2014.
Oh, do you know what? The way Luke Harper made his way onto Team Authority was just fucking boss. Do you remember where he just drags fucking Dolph Ziggler into the office of Triple H?
Yeah.
And he's like, I too can be a team player, and just drops him down.
Of course you would like that, especially with Ziggler.
And I'm not a fan of Ziggler, but I do think, like, in his WE run, and he wasn't a singles competitor for very long, but in his WE run, like, Ziggler was his best opponent.
Yeah. It had two styles that mesh so well.
Yeah, it just works so well. Like, I mean, like say, he done that. He dragged him in, he dropped him down, and then the next week it was, Luke Harper versus Dolph Ziggler on Raw. And then it was like, fucking, oh, by the way, during the break, we've just found out from the Authority it's going to be an IC championship match. And they made Dolph defend the belt right there. And I think they had was it J&J security attacked him, or Rollins, or someone attacked him?
Rollins was on commentary.
What's that?
Rollins was on commentary.
Yeah, sure. Was it J&J attacked him, and then obviously Harper then wins the championship? I was going into Survivor Series because I think Luke Harper was champion, wasn't he, going into that match?
Yeah, obviously, I think he had a good show in the Team 40 match. That's one match I didn't watch, unfortunately. But that's a great, cracking match. Then he went on.
You didn't watch the Team Cena Team Authority match?
I've seen it before, but I haven't seen it in a while.
That was Sting's appearance, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Sting's debut.
Did you mean you didn't rewatch it today?
No, I didn't get time to watch it. So.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. We thought you hadn't watched it at all.
Oh, no. Then he went on to TLC and had an absolutely fantastic ladder match.
I rewatched that
Chelsea
today.
were.
Did you?
With probably one of the most scary ladder bumps I've ever seen.
Is that the one where he nearly breaks his arm?
Yeah, with suicide dives onto the ladder.
Oh, fuck me.
That must have hurt.
Even seeing it now, after we know that he didn't do any serious damage, you still look at it and you're like, fuck me.
Yeah.
That was a pretty mental bump, that. His arm looked like it was busted. It was like, he's got to have a broken arm after that, but it's tough as fucking shit. It wasn't broken at all. Absolutely mental.
He got like instant cut and instant bruise on his fucking arm as soon as he come up. We come up and you see him, because we rewatched it just before we come on, and you literally see like the fans go, holy shit, and you see the camera zooms in on him and you see him go, ah shit.
Yeah. Absolutely crazy.
Do you know what? I think he should have had more ladder matches in WE. It's like that match was fucking brilliant. You know, it's probably one of my favourite ladder matches because I'm a big fan of ladder matches. I think they're superb. But the other one that I want to go to is his first WrestleMania match, which was WrestleMania 31, which is the 7-man ladder match.
His only match at WrestleMania, I think. Main show appearance. He's been in Battle Royals and stuff.
Yeah, it's only.
That's his only main WrestleMania card.
No, it's not, is it? Because the Bludgeon Brothers, they won.
That one, yeah, I forgot about that one.
They won the tag belts at Mania.
Yeah, shit, of course.
4, was it?
Yeah, 34.
But, yeah, the 7-man ladder match.
I watched that one today.
Does anyone remember the build-up to it, though?
Oh, the build-up was dumb, though.
Oh, and do you know what? I really enjoyed the build-up. I thought that was bosh, where there's like fucking six guys robbing fucking Wade Barrett.
I think it started off at Fastlane and Ambrose got DQ and he just took the belt.
I remember that. That was terrible.
Like guys like R-Truth, Stardust, Harper stole the belt. And I think Daniel Bryan got it and just gave it back to Barrett, so I'm in the match as well.
Yeah, fucking Ziggler turned up 1 week on fucking SmackDown, I want to say, but possibly Raw. I can't fucking remember what belt show was on now. But I just remember them turning up right at the end. I think someone was fucking off with the belt run down the ramp, and Ziggler just turns up, kicks him in the face, and fucks off with the belt. And then we obviously had Truth all of a sudden has decided that he was scared of heights.
What JBL called him, my boy R-Twizzle.
But you know, the match itself, I rewatched that. That was the first match I went to this morning when I got up for work, and you know, it was brilliant. You know, he power bombs Dean Ambrose from inside the ring onto a ladder outside the ring, and just goes through it. But the thing that stood out when I watched it, I rewatched it, seeing him just drops him proper down. You see Ambrose is fucked, and fucking I didn't realise how bad JBL was on comms until I rewatched that, and JBL's like, Luke Harper just power bombed Luke Harper outside the ring.
Can get it so glaringly wrong.
John O'Clock.
It's John O'Clock.
Certainly he also said he superplexed Stardust, but it was actually Barrett.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't a good day for JBL.
No, it was not.
Wasn't it the first match on the card as well?
Yeah, it was. And probably one of the best WrestleManias, I think.
Yeah, it was a good WrestleMania. I mean, it got me invested in the fucking pay-per-view, like kicking off a match like that. I wish they'd bring that back, the multi-man Intercontinental, because I think they've done it for 2 or 3 years on a bounce, didn't they?
It doesn't have to be just for Inferno. You can play the tag teams in it, or the United States title. Such a good
Do that
wrestling
again.
match.
You're gonna fight.
It doesn't have to be for the IC. It could be for the US title. It could be for the tag titles. It could be whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Love
I mean,
watching
like they
big
done the
multi-man ladder match.
they done the multi-tag match, didn't they? A few years later when they had the Hardys return. That was good.
They won this year, actually. I think.
What was that?
There was one this year, wasn't there? It was for SmackDown
Well,
tag
in this-
titles, but it's just them, just three the guys. Because Vince couldn't do the show.
Is that Miz and
Yeah.
Morrison were on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just Morrison. I think.
So it was.
Well, it was a triple threat. It was just like the half tag teams.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
John
COVID
Morrison
had hit.
beat Jimmy Uso and Kofi Kingston.
Was that because of COVID and he could only use half of the fucking team?
No, I
He only
think-
have
I don't think it was that. I think Miz might have. Miz, I think, couldn't do the show.
Ah, right, okay, yeah. But because I think it was about a week or two later, the other side teams, didn't they?
Yeah. I think it was because Miz couldn't do the show.
Miz might have been
Right.
showing COVID.
Yeah,
He had
something like that.
COVID symptoms, so they said no, you can't fucking
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, something like that.
I think he was maybe recording a new Miz and Mrs. TV series, maybe. Anyway, that was a bit of a segue that we weren't expecting.
When I was going to talk about wrestling, you go in having one conversation, then just go the other way.
Yeah. Well,
See, fuck Miz. See, Miz fucks it up again. Cunt.
Not long after we had the WrestleMania 31, do we remember when we had the Wyatt family going against what do they call themselves? Brothers of Destruction, Undertaker and Kane.
Yes, that was late this year. That year, wasn't it?
Brothers of Destruction.
Yeah, it was Bray and Harper versus Undertaker and Kane.
Yes, that was Survivor Series, was it?
Yeah, it was celebrated 25 years of the Undertaker.
Yeah. I think which was the pay-per-view that they had? Because didn't they have the Wyatt family? Didn't they have the Wyatt family carrying out both?
Hell in a Cell.
Was that Hell in a Cell?
Yeah, because it was after the Undertaker Brock Lesnar cell match.
Yeah.
I was watching it live. I was about to get in bed and the Bray Wyatt came on. I was like, oh.
What was
Okay.
that? Do that again.
You know, the weird Wyatt family intro.
You
They
go.
usually just go in.
You know,
Yeah.
catching flies.
What was after that one then?
The Wyatt family faced Team EC Dub.
Team ECW. Fuck.
Yes. So TLC the next month, it was an 8-man tag team tables elimination match
Bro.
with the 4 members of the Wyatt family, so that's Bray, Harper, Rowan, Strowman, versus the Dudleys, Tommy Dreamer, and Rhino.
Yeah. They had that didn't they beat the Dudleys going into this, didn't they, originally? to
Yeah.
set it up?
So, and also was the biggest dick tease in the last 5 years, when it looks like Bubba was going to light a table on fire, but then Strowman just chokes down before it to end the match. It's like, oh, don't do this to us. And then they go on, fine.
I was going to say, when you just mentioned chokeslam, it just reminded me quickly that CZW match I watched earlier. It was fucking strange watching Luke Harper do a chokeslam in a match.
Yeah, then after that, they had an Extreme Rules match on Raw in Philly, was absolutely fantastic.
Against Team ECW again.
Yeah,
Shit, I can't remember this.
it was absolutely fantastic. Tommy Dreamer did a Death Valley driver to Harper off the stage through 2 tables.
Fuck.
Absolutely incredible match. Absolutely brilliant.
I tell you one thing, like through Harper's career, when you look back on some of the matches and that we've just mentioned, and that, do you know what, he did not fucking lose well, didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, like in the matches that he won, he done really well, but he also lost so well. Like some of his best matches that we've talked about so far, he didn't win.
No. What did he do after that then? Then the Wyatt family entered the Rumble. All four
Yes,
of them.
Yeah.
Was that when he went after Brock Lesnar?
They went
Yep.
after Brock. Braun went a bit hard on Brock. And,
No,
was it that one?
No, it was Rumble 2 years later when Strowman was single. It was that three-way Strowman, Lesnar, and Kane.
But they all four of them did go after Brock in that Rumble, didn't they?
Yeah, they eliminated Brock.
Yeah, because I think Harper had already been eliminated at that point, hadn't he? Didn't Brock Lesnar eliminate him, and then later on he come down when the other members were in?
I got a memory of Luke Harper in this match.
What?
So obviously this was the show that AJ Styles debuted.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I remember when Kevin Owens eliminated AJ, and as AJ's walking out, Harper goes through the ropes and goes, "Bye bye, AJ."
I'll tell you what. Do you know what just fucking come to my head then? Do you remember that call he used to do in his matches?
Yeah. And the Gator roll as well. Yeah. Fucking missed that. I wish he'd done that again. I really miss that.
Yeah, that was. And then if you're looking at, if you skip forward a little bit to not go literally a little bit at a time. If you look forward to, I think it was about 2016, so the year later, the whole Wyatt, Randy Orton, Luke Harper,
Viper in the family.
That was brilliant. You know, the fucking. I think it didn't originally start with Bray Wyatt facing Randy Orton. Luke Harper had been out for a while.
Yeah, he got injured. He got injured in the match against Lesnar, I think.
And then they done the whole, where it blacks out, so they do the whole jet thing.
Yep.
There's Luke Harper in his black fucking overall, and he just stands there laughing in Orton's face, and then Bray Wyatt just twats him with a fucking Sister Abigail and gets him for the pin.
And obviously during the storyline, Harper and Orton became tag team. Well, the Wyatt family became tag team champions. That actually went under the Freebird wall. So Harper was the tag team champion.
Yeah, do you know what? It shocked me that his first tag team championship on a main roster was actually won by Wyatt and Orton.
Yeah.
And then obviously because I'd have thought, obviously, the Wyatt family, they were over at the time. They should have been tag team champions well back then.
Yeah. But one thing we didn't mention, so okay, 2014, the Harper and Rowan series with the Usos.
Oh shit! Yes, yeah.
And the match went back, an absolutely brilliant 2 out of 3 falls match at Battleground, I think it was.
Was this when the Usos were all slapped with paint and coming out going haka maka laka?
Yeah, when I say oos, y'all say oh. Oos. Oh. Ooh. Oh.
Ireland, but they were so fucking shit, that gimmicks.
Yeah.
So, they're obviously a lot better than they are now. But so the Usos had a war with the Blood. Were they the Bludgeon Brothers then? They were.
No, it was just the Wyatt family.
Just
it's back in 2014.
Ah, fuck. Yeah.
When we were just talking about the Orton situation, am I right in thinking that the first match that Harper actually was involved with tag belts was the one where they lost them?
Yeah, it was a 4-way tag match, I think.
I thought they just lost them to American Alpha.
No, I think it was was it that, or was it like a fatal 4-way tag match? I know it was like. Give me a second. Give me a sec. I'll go look.
That's when you had tempers flared between Orton and Harper, which then led to the match between them.
Yeah, one sec.
Because if you remember, that match was then won by Orton, and after the match, she'd had then hit with the Sister Abigail, and then kicked back out of Wyatt family. We really should have done our homework before we started this.
Yeah, well, you know. Okay, yeah, it was the SmackDown Live on this time actually 4 years ago. Today, 4 years ago.
Was it?
Yeah. So the match was Chad Gable, Jason Jordan beating Heath Slater and Rhino, the Usos, and Harper and Orton in a 4-way elimination tag team match.
Right. Okay. So you're all right. Sorry, I apologize. So, in the elimination show, it was American Alpha that then beat them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of them two teams against each other.
God, yeah, that was a match. 3-way match for the WWE Championship. AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler.
And this is why we only remember the tag match. So yeah, because that then started the whole Orton and separating the Wyatt family, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then obviously got Bray on his own, away from Harper, and then obviously Bray wins the WWE
couple
Championship.
Things I want to talk about between there and then.
Yeah,
So
go on then.
at the Rumble, Harper went into the ring, ran right, and actually was about to hit Sister Abigail on Bray Wyatt before getting RKO'd. And I think one of the most underrated matches he's ever had, that match against Randy Orton at Elimination Chamber. My God, that was so good.
Is that the one that he lost, wasn't it? Because Orton won that one.
Yeah, it was. I think the match went about like 17 minutes or something like that. Really good match.
See, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like he was never out of place against these big names.
No.
Your John Cena's, your Randy Orton's, and such like he was never out of place. He always looked like he could be there or thereabouts in the heavyweight division.
Yeah. Then there was actually talk. I remember there was talks of actually the WWE Championship match at WrestleMania was going to be a triple threat with Orton, Bray, and Luke.
I remember that. I remember.
I remember there was rumblings that was it.
Do you know what? That was such a shit match with them two
cockroaches.
Oh fucking hell!
Yeah,
I remember
that.
that.
But you know what? I'd have preferred to have watched a triple threat match without any of that fucking camera shit on the ring. I think did Luke Harper never receive a WWE Championship match then?
No,
I don't remember him ever having one.
Well, technically he did in that Royal Rumble match.
One versus all.
Yeah.
I remember him being, wasn't he, later on, he was in a tournament, wasn't he, to decide the number one contender for the WWE Championship with AJ Styles.
That was versus AJ Styles.
Yeah, AJ Styles won, didn't he? And then went, I think, to win it.
Yeah. Then Orton won back his title match against AJ.
Yeah. But again, like, even against AJ Styles, someone that's like, he's been on fucking top for ever. He's superb in the ring. And again, Luke Harper just never looked out of place. Whether he was in the tag division, the mid card, or even facing the big guys, the big names, he was never out of place.
Yeah, agreed.
So, shall we skip again a little bit forward and talk about 2017 and the talk of the Bludgeon Brothers?
I think it was 2018. I think that was 2018.
Is it 2018?
End of 2017.
Yeah.
I think after this, he was off TV for a while because they probably didn't know what to do with him.
Yeah. What did we make of Bludgeons?
They had potential.
Yeah.
But they were a bit too goofy and too comical as well.
Not that was goofy. It was the Hammers. It was the Hammers, I think.
Yeah, it was just like the kind of yeah, they were just a bit. I'm gonna have to use the word goofy again. It was just why.
Do you know what?
Stupid.
He should have just been Harper and Rowan.
Yeah.
He literally could have just done, because when they both separated from the Wyatt family, they were both literally the exact same characters. Obviously, Eric Rowan decided to face, which was terrible, but they both wore the outfits that were exactly, from the Wyatt family. They could have just continued doing that, because when he was Brodie Lee on the Indies, he wore pretty much the same outfit of when he was Luke Harper. So, putting them in them outfits and that, and then giving them the name of the Bludgeon Brothers, just didn't need to do. But again, looking at the matches, I think, was it WrestleMania 34 where they won the SmackDown Tag Team Champions against, I think was it New Day and is it the Usos again?
Yeah. The match only got 6 minutes.
Yeah, because at that time they were destroying every fucking team going, weren't they?
They had the unfortunate place of being after the Kurt Angle, Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon match.
Right, so they probably lost a bit of time through that.
But I remember the dirt sheet saying that was potentially going to be a tables, ladders, and chairs match at WrestleMania. My God, what that would have been!
It should have been. It should have been. I mean, I get the 6 minute thing could have been down to obviously the tag match before going a bit longer with Rousey's debut and stuff like that. But at the time, when they debuted on SmackDown as the Bludgeon Brothers, they were just fucking annihilating teams, and they were literally. I think the first team they faced was what were them twats called? Hype Bros, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably.
They faced them, squashed them dead quick. But the size of Luke Harper and the size of Eric Rowan, both being basically heavyweights, they should be beating them teams in 6 minutes.
So I think the next pay-per-view title defense, well, technically, maybe it was on the pre-show of Money in the Bank. They beat Luke Gallows and Anderson. And then the next month, Extreme Rules, they beat Team Hell No.
Yeah, it was the return of Hell No, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did they put them back together for that, or were they already a team back then?
They put them back together for that.
Yeah, I mean, Team Hell No was so over with the fans. So, putting the trust in the Bludgeon Brothers to then beat them, because Vince decided, I think, on the gimmick and that. I think if I remember from listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
We decided on the gimmick and it's like, oh, you're gonna have these big mallets and blah blah blah. But even still, putting faith in them to beat a team that was over as fuck, is a really good thing.
Then see if there's any more. Then they beat the New Day at SummerSlam by DQ, I think.
Yes, to retain the belts, yeah.
Then lost it at SmackDown after. No DQ match because Rowan was injured.
Was he?
I think. Yeah, something like that.
But that was pretty much it. He had one more return, didn't he? After these, they separated Bludgeons, and then he didn't really know what to do with either of them for a while. And then was it Eric Rowan was having his storyline with Roman Reigns?
Yeah, and Daniel Bryan.
They had him do that surprise return at a pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was Clash of Champions next year.
Yeah, and they put them together a little bit. I was saying for ages that I was waiting for Luke Harper to come back and get posting it on the group and stuff, and was waiting for him to come back. I really thought that they were going to hit something big with him when he returned. And then when he did fucking return, even if it was to go back on the team with Eric Rowan, it just popped so fucking hard when he just turned up. I think he booted fucking Reigns in the head.
Yeah. Also does a really good big boot.
One of the best. It's when he follows down with the knee. It just looks like he puts that much power and takes the fucking head off. He has to go down onto his fucking knee because he's put that much fucking power into it.
Yeah.
And the discus clothesline is something different.
Mm.
The impact on that is just fucking ridiculous. The amount of wrestlers he's made spin round.
I think JBL said that's a lariat Stan Hansen would be proud of.
Yeah.
Yes, it would be.
Then after that, I think they had at Hell in a Cell next month, had a tornado tag match with Bryan and Reigns, which I remember being really good.
Did they lose that then?
Yeah.
And then they all just sort of forgot about them. So, moving forward from WWE then to AEW and his debut, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's the beginning of the year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was March. It was just on lockdown, if I remember, because didn't he debut Matt Hardy and Brodie Lee in the same episode?
Maybe, I can't remember.
I'm sure they did, because I remember
Who else? Who else did they debut?
Matt Hardy.
Yes,
Yeah.
Because Matt Hardy was dropping hints that it could have been him on Twitter and social media and stuff, and so it was like, remember when fucking people thought Raven could have been the exalted one as well?
Mighty Skull.
Raven was in the crowd. So like, holy shit, it's him. But he was just randomly there.
The four candidates were Brodie Lee, Matt Hardy, Raven, and Mighty Skull.
But Mighty Skull couldn't do it because of
Ring of Honor.
Raven, that it just wasn't him. He was a red herring. And then Matt Hardy could have been him because he was just dropping hints and stuff. And then it turned out to be Brodie Lee saying the immortal words of "You're not the first." Talking to Christopher Daniels as well, saying you're not the first out of date or out of touch old man that doesn't believe in me, but now I'm gonna make you believe in me, or something like that. And he just makes his entrance, and it's him. It's just, whoa, it's fucking amazing.
He just boots his fucking head off as well. I mean, that was a fucking impact of a boot on Christopher Daniels, who's what, 50?
He's nearing it, definitely nearing it.
Do you know what? The thing with the Dark Order and stuff like that, like when he started like tease, because he teased me long, it must have been about 2-3 months. I think literally everyone in the wrestling world that wasn't part of WWE was fucking linked with the Exalted One at one point or another.
Yeah,
I think
I just like the Raven. That always makes me laugh. He's just there in the crowd, just sat. He just doesn't know what the fuck's going on. Then all of a sudden, he's just blowing up on social media the next night, just with people just saying, "Yeah, it's him, it's him, it's him." He must be like, "What the fuck?" Someone just bought me a ticket.
That's how they did it in NXT, wasn't it? It's like someone had shown the crowd to take over, and it's, oh, look, they've signed him. So I think the fans that trickle through from WWE were like, oh, fuck, that means he's part of AEW.
I gotta love wrestling fans.
I think the only thing I like about that debut was the white and purple outfit. I just didn't like it.
It was odd. It was an odd choice. I mean, the Dark Order, they needed him.
Yeah.
Their debut itself, just as like a lights off and a lights on. Was it like that, or am I fucking mixing them up with? Because they were kind of already established. They were at All Out or something like that.
Yeah.
And they had the flesh chairs with the creepers, the flesh thrones. So that gimmick got dropped. It was just Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, and then they had the videos, the vignettes with the join the Dark Order now. Are you a loser? Those videos.
I I actually remember at the time when that happened because it was jointhedarkorder.com, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I remember
that was it.
posted to the wrestling group that it was actually a fucking thing. They typed it into Google and it was actually a fucking website.
It actually works. Yeah, actually a proper website. But yeah, they were kind of like a rudderless ship, and they needed they needed a leader, an exalted one, and he became the exalted one. What did you think of his kind of his vignettes, his backstage skits after that, his McMahonnerisms?
It was quite divisive, but I thought it was quite funny.
It's bizarre. When he did the no one eats before me shit.
Yeah,
What is that all about?
that is actually a Vince story.
That is a thing. That's fucking terrible. He can have
does like people. He doesn't like sneezing.
I know. I remember that. I've heard of that one. He does no sneezing because it's a sign of weakness, and you can't control a sneeze. So it's like, if you sneeze, it's something you can't control. But the eating it, I've heard like he'll have like meetings for like 12 hours straight, and only he will fucking eat in the meetings. It's just like all the writers are going hungry and like watch him eat, and they won't have anything. It's like fuck. So I only learnt about that after, like months after. I was like, so that explains it.
It's
fucking hell.
Awesome. And then the way they changed it as well, where it was like, oh yeah, it's Brodie Lee, the exalted one. And then like when he starts doing these vignettes and that, it was like they turned around and he was like, you've got to now refer to him as Mr. Brodie Lee.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Dark Horse reveal now is because of Brodie Lee.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, Alex Reynolds, John Silver, Preston Vance, Alan Angels, a Colt Cabana, and Anna Jay.
Do you know what though? The thing that has annoyed me, like, obviously he went off TV recently and no one was too sure, obviously, what was going on. It was rumoured that he'd been injured.
Yeah, it was the ankle injury.
Yeah, stuff like that. But I feel like as soon as he went off TV, the Dark Order became a joke again.
Well, it's not the Dark Order became a joke, it's just John Silver being John Silver.
Yeah, but it was sort of maximised. You know what I mean? So, go on.
No, go on. Finish your point.
I'm going to say he debuted in the March of this year, and by May at Double or Nothing pay-per-view, he was facing Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship after going 5-0.
Yeah, cracking match.
And if you remember the storyline, didn't he fuck off with the AEW Championship?
Yeah, until the show.
Yeah, he did.
Because he comes out first, obviously because he's jammed yet, but he comes up wearing the belt, doesn't he?
I guess they could have put the belt on him at that point, but maybe that would have ruined Mox's momentum and popularity that he had.
If Moxie lost it then, that Kenny Omega angle a couple of weeks ago wouldn't be as big.
Exactly.
It wasn't the right time for him to win it a month. 2 months after him coming into AEW. I definitely feel like 2021, maybe 22, he'd definitely have some point been AEW World Champ.
Yeah.
But, we'd had 5 squash matches before that. And Moxley had 11, I think he was 11-0 for the year, including beating Chris Jericho for the title.
Then we go.
What did we make of the match then?
I thought it was a really good match.
But the Moxley match.
Yeah.
And Moxley choked him out. That was good. I enjoyed it.
I tell you what, I think it's one of Moxley's better title defenses.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I could see no real issues with it. It was hard hitting. It was a match. It was a very good match.
Yeah.
Do you remember when he dropped him with the fucking paradigm shift off the stairs through the fucking
yeah
stage?
And Moxley whacked his head or something.
It's just busted open.
No, it was Brodie was busted.
That was it. Yeah, Brodie was busted open.
Gets in the ring, goes for the discus, clothesline, gets caught with a paradigm shift, kicks out after one, which
I love a good one count spot.
So he then picks him up, hits him with a paradigm shift on the top of his fucking head, which then he kicks out after two, and then the bulldog choke.
Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane.
Superb match.
Then he set his sights on the TNT champion.
Oh yeah.
Which led to one of the best angles of the year, I think.
Oh yeah.
Which was
Brodie destroying Cody.
fucking hell. Yes.
Not match, angle. It's more an angle than...
Do you think it was just an angle?
It's more of an angle than a match, really. It's a 3-minute squash match, really.
I liked it. I don't know why I get so much pleasure in watching it. I don't know why. It's just I think it's because of the way Cody carries himself. He comes out with an entourage. He comes out with 2 fucking entrance musics, or well, as good as two entrance musics. And the matches, his TNT matches before that, were like he starts off as a face. He'll shake the guy's hand, and then he'll kind of use heelish tactics in him. So you're just like, what the fuck? Are you a heel or are you a face? And then at the end, he'll win the match, shake the guy's hand, and you're just like, right, okay. So then he kind of got his comeuppance in this match.
Yeah.
He got absolutely fucking walloped around. Brodie ate his lunch, took his belt. That was it. Then he only had the fucking title for... And then he cut those wild promos as well. And he only held it for a few weeks.
Yeah, had a couple of defensive ones against Dustin and Orange Cassidy.
I tell you what, that Dustin match was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. I think that wasn't a week later because didn't have to
Something like that.
He annihilated him and then didn't like wipe out the whole of fucking
Yes.
the family.
And the Jay choked out Brandy.
And then Dustin's like, oh, that's it. I'm going to face you for the belt because I'm going to win it for my brother. And it's like, fuck off. You win it for yourself, you cunt. You're going to win it for your brother. You selfish bastard.
And then he had his final match. And what a match it was.
The dog collar match. Or the chain match or something. Yeah.
Dog collar. What a match it was.
Cody coming back with black hair.
October, was it? October.
Yeah, October.
I believe October. It was only on Dynamite, wasn't it?
No, it was Jericho's 30th anniversary show.
Yeah, show Dynamite.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that was superb, wasn't it? Brutal.
Brutal, fantastic. Absolutely.
So then, it takes us to looking at, if you're looking at AEW and the stats that they do, they do the win losses, don't they? So I believe, this is my believance, that Brodie Lee, in his very, very short time, unfortunately, in AEW after debuting in March, had a win-loss record of 14 matches with only 3 losses. 1 at the hands of Jon Moxley via a submission. 1 at the hands of a tag team, I think it was 6-man or 8-man tag, where Colt Cabana took the loss. And then the other one was that dog collar match, which was his last ever match, unfortunately.
But what match to go out on? Yeah, the last couple of weeks has sort of been rumoured that he was paying quarantine in Japan.
He was quarantining in Japan?
There's only rumours about why he's been off for so long. He's going to go do bits in Japan for a bit.
Oh, okay.
Rumours there was an ankle injury. I think Meltzer said this morning that it was actually went off TV to sell his injuries from the match. That make it feel like, oh, that match was so brutal and stuff like that. Then lung condition, like reason he passed was a non-COVID related COVID lung issue.
Yeah,
I think it was. And apparently he got it just soon after that, and sort of got worse and worse as the year went on.
That's the problem, isn't it? Like if 2020, the year that we've all endured with COVID, and there's so many big names that have gone like before the time over this past year. Chadwick Boseman being one, the Black Panther, stuff like that.
And even in wrestling as well, Wally White Animal, I think, Patterson,
Charlie Hodge.
Yeah.
Charlie Hodge is gone as well.
Obviously,
Shad
from Prime Time. It's so sad, but it's strange to still see the way they announce it is unrelated to COVID. That is a thing now that you have to specify whether it was to do with COVID or not.
Yeah. Like it was this country. If it was this country, he would. If he had a symptom of COVID, he'd write it down to COVID, even though he hadn't had it for 2 weeks.
Probably.
But,
so we've pretty much come to the end of his career. Unfortunately, we've come to the end of his life as well. So
should I go? I've got some tweets from other people in business. If you want me to
go
read
for it,
about,
man. Go for it.
Yeah.
So start off with AEW President Tony Khan. I'm devastated by the loss of Jon Huber, known as fans as Mr. Brodie, formerly Luke Harper. Jon was a great man. His family came first, his loving wife Amanda and their sons Brodie and Nolan. He loved wrestling and was great at it. He loved you fans. Please keep him in your hearts. The current WWE champion Drew McIntyre. Our entire brotherhood and industry mourns tonight. In addition to his incredible passion and talent, Jon was above else a great man who loved his family more than words can say. Please keep them in your thoughts. I'll see you down the road, brother. R.I.P. Brodie Lee. I got Randy Orton. I don't have words. Hashtag rest in peace, Brodie Lee. May God send his beautiful family as much strength as possible. Braun Strowman put, I'm lost for words. Hashtag rest for our brother, with a picture of all the 4 members of the Wyatt family. Gargano put, this is heartbreaking. I'm legit lost for words right now. Such kind, talented dude. Absolutely one of a kind. Hashtag rest in peace, Brodie Lee. Dark Order member Anna J put, I don't know how to feel. I'm so heartbroken. Thinking about this for his wife and children who he loved so much. He was a great man and helped me more than I could ever ask for. He'll be missed terribly. Hashtag 99, because that's what her number is in Dark Order. Stephanie McMahon put, I'm so deeply sorry for the loss of Jon Huber. We bonded over the fat love of our fat children. He was a true family man. Rest in peace, Brodie Lee. So much I got Stu Grayson. Jon was generally one of the best, honest and kindest man I've ever known. He was like that the first day I met him back in 2007 and was like that the very last day I saw him. I will always have good memories of him. I love you, man. Mr. Brodie Lee. Jericho put, it's Saturday. You know what that means. Backstage in Mexico in 2015, Brodie was annoyed that he didn't have his own merch t-shirt. So one of the brothers got a bunch and made him an honor. We all wore them in tribute to the dude because everybody loved him. Just a wonderful man. There's a picture of wearing that merch with Jericho, Bray Wyatt, Prima, I think, Reigns, Sheamus, Brodie, and Cesaro. And I got from Edge. This is devastating. Jon was just a great, funny, immensely talented, warm, family-driven human being. All I love, thoughts and warmth and family. And yeah, that's a few of them. Also, AEW paid for JR to take one of his sons, Brodie Jr., to a Jaguars game tonight or today as well.
There's apparently a dark segment. I don't know if it's been filmed or not.
Probably come on an online exclusive.
Yeah. Brodie Lee's son wins the championship off, or gets a match with
Kenny.
Actually, I think with Kenny. Puts Kenny to sleep or some shit like that. Fucking hell. It's like it's heartbreaking. But I guess it's a good note to end this look back retrospective. Retrospective, we'll call it memoriam, and just say it's Sunday. You know what that means.
Always tell your family members or loved ones that you love them, because you never know what tomorrow brings.
Indeed. Let's wrap it up. Plug your socials.
Yeah, you can find me at Hardcam James on Twitter. And yeah, follow us on Facebook at Hardcam Wrestling. Subscribe on YouTube and press the notification bell so you never miss an upload.
You can find me on Facebook and on Twitter at Yardy316. Over to you, Sangster.
You'll find me on the wrestling group on Facebook. I am the most active admin member, probably the most active member. Post a lot of good stuff, I post a lot of shit stuff. But if you will find me. And just a quick one before we bow out. I think one of our next podcasts, maybe our next one that we'll be doing, is the Wrestle Kingdom review on the 4th and 5th of January coming up. I believe me and Joseph Parr are going to be doing 2. We're going to do one on the 4th and one on the 5th for you to have a listen to our reviews of the biggest pay-per-view of the year for New Japan Wrestling. So be sure to give that a little listen. And that is pretty much it for me.
Cool.
Yeah, just to end off, all of us at Hardcam Wrestling offer condolences to the family and friends of Jon Huber, formerly known as Luke Harper and Mr. Brodie Lee.
We shall see you soon.
Have a safe New Year, everyone.
Cheers, folks. Bye.
Bye.